CPE student, clinical pastoral education, and healing, especially people in the end of life, became a visceral process for me. And scripture from any holy book, in my case Ifa, in other cases Bible or Quran or Bhagavad Gita, we often have to rely on scripture to understand the larger ideas of healing. Healing the soul, healing the body, healing our society. I'm very honored to introduce, present a colleague and my teacher, Chief Babalawo de Popola. We lovingly call him Chief. Because when he speaks, we just sit down and listen very well, and take notes, and try to integrate that into our soul. So he's going to be speaking about healing and our scripture, which is Ifa. And also Dr. Dr. Insuk Lee, I'm inspired to listen to her very closely because of my work at a palliative care hospital, where healing souls about to enter heaven became a real process for me. So please pay close attention, and let's bring some of this good philosophy and spiritual understanding home so we can apply it in our professional lives. Without further ado, how are we going to work with the... Okay, and of course, please let us thank Dr. Henry Goldschmidt. Very humble, but he's behind allowing us to present this venue. Dr. Goldschmidt.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you. And right back at you to Baba Antonio Mondersire, who kind of brought this possibility to us at the Interfaith Center by letting us know that Chief Papula would be in town for a little while and would be interested in participating in some kind of interfaith conversation. So thank you, Bob Antoni. It's been a pleasure to work with you on this. I just want to welcome everyone on behalf of the Interfaith Center of New York. We also are just very excited about the conversation today for a couple of reasons. I'll just say very quickly, and then I'll get out of the way of the conversation. But I'm thrilled about the topic or the theme today of looking at scripture and healing, the relationships between scripture and healing, because it's an issue, I think, that brings together the Christian and Yoruba, and more broadly the African diaspora religious traditions in New York. It's a common theme that brings together traditions that are very different in a lot of other ways. And for me, I think the richest kind of interfaith dialogue happens when people can, find a shared concern that brings them together across other kinds of meaningful differences. So that's what I think we're going to have in our conversation today, and I'm thrilled about that intellectually for the power of this dialogue. I'm also just delighted to work with Chief Solagbade Papula and Dr. Insuk Lee. Chief Papula is visiting New York for a little while from Nigeria, so we have a conversation partner coming from far away. And on the other hand, Dr. Lee is our neighbor on the 5th floor upstairs. The Interfaith Center and New York Theological Seminary are right around the corner from each other, but don't work together nearly as often as we should. So I'm just thrilled to have good conversation partners from near and far.